I follow the strategy of writing a simple story which is really simple and lively, which is relating to the picture. Before joining Cult, I don't even know what is the proper way of filling PIQ, because you corrected me in the PIQ session, sir. Many people say what is where you can write, but for me it was like very troubling thing, sir. So where is the offer letter? So I was like, sir, I was working, sir, offer letter. I mean, he was like, you came to join Navy and you don't know how to read properly instructions.
SI Likhith got recommended twice for Indian Army and Indian Navy. He secured All India Rank 2 for TGC 141 course. He was the part of CultSSB's flagship course Sampurna batch. With the right guidance from the mentors and effort put by SI Likhith, he was able to fulfill his dream. CultSSB wishes him for a wonderful future ahead.
Hello everyone. So welcome all on behalf of whole CultSSB and team. Myself, Likhith, founder director CultSSB. So today we have got one of our special guests. I would not say a guest, but I would say our proud student who recently not only got recommended once but twice, and the cherry on the top that he got All India Rank 2 for Technical Graduate Commission TGC 141 course for electronics bench, and he recently got recommended from 22 SSB Bhopal, and previously he also got recommended for SSC Navy GSX from 33 SSB Bhopal. So today we have Mr. S.I. Likhith. So how are you, Likhith? And heartiest welcome on behalf of whole team.
Sir, thank you, sir, firstly. Thank you for everything. Thank you for entire call. And I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Absolutely awesome. Likhith, like, first of all, would like to know how was that feeling when you got to know that you got All India Rank 2? Because many people who would be listening to you right now and would definitely feel कि यार कैसा होता है वो ऑल इंडिया रैंक टॉप करना after a lot of attempts of struggle.
Sir, like, it was very good feeling, sir, when I saw my name. Like, I was sleeping. I don't know results came or not also. So when I woke up, my WhatsApp is filled with messages, and I don't even know that results came and I got ranked. And I opened PDF and I saw all the names from behind, not from starting. So when I go up, there was my name. So in the electronics, second rank, I was like stunned for a second, and all of a sudden it was a feeling, very good feeling, and it took some time to process the reality.
Okay, so finally you processed the reality that okay, so I got All India Rank 2. And this is something which I can relate more because I was All India Rank 2 long back, and particularly for TGC entry where a lot of candidate gets merit out. There you stood, and how many vacancies are there for this branch?
So for electronics, 6 vacancies.
6 vacancies, and how many got recommended?
36 got recommended.
36. So out of 36, you are number 2. So that's a wonderful achievement. So for all the audience, let me give little more detail about Likhith. He gave around 7 SSBs, out of which he has got twice screen out, thrice conference out, and back-to-back recommendations from both from 2 different entries. So Likhith, like, since this is your entries, so I am very much interested to know like what happened in your screen out and conference out attempt, like what was stopping you to get recommended, because eventually you are a candidate like who topped. So what was like missing out?
Sir, my first attempt, it started in my 10+2. So first attempt I gave in my for TES entry in the year 2021. So I got conference out there. The reality was I didn't prepare much. I just went to attempt like, okay, let's give it a try. So I was not prepared. So later, after getting conference out, I regretted a lot that I didn't prepare good. That was a golden chance to enter after 10+2 direct entry. So after that, I took a pause. Like, I didn't got any attempts after that, and so I joined my engineering, and I continued my engineering. So after in my final year of BTech, I got a chance for Navy again. That was Navy attempt, SSC Tech Navy in the last year. So that time also I was in a half-minded guy. I was not prepared at all. So I went to Bhopal only, 33 SSB Bhopal. So there I was so scared, like I was so scared, shy, I didn't perform anything. It was a fish market. So I got a screen out there. And after that, again, I went to Army entry, that is SSC Tech in Allahabad. There I was conference out. So mainly because I was not very good at introspecting myself, what mistake I did. My psych was good, not good. My interview was not good. My GTO was not good. I knew that time after getting conference out, I knew that I'm lacking in these things. So, but there was no, a proper feedback from anyone, a proper guidance from anyone. And after that, also, I faced one more screen out from Navy only, from Visakhapatnam board in the month of July, due to some health issues. That was due to some health issues I faced against screen out. After that, I was in a dilemma whether I can do this or not. I was in full. I mean, I was doubting myself extremely, and I was going through all the coaching things in the entire internet. I was searching who is good, who is good, who is good, and I was not finding anyone. And suddenly one day, right, sir, I called you in the month of October randomly that I found a video in the Instagram, and then that call, gave me some clarity. The first call that I talked to you, you gave some clarity about how to approach in the GTO, sir. So that was a turnover for me in the brain, and from that time I started getting feedback what I'm lacking, how to approach, how to give proper response. This is called proper response. And how to deal with negative things, how to deal with pressure, how to handle fish markets, these conditions. So I was improving, sir. From every attempt, I learned many things. Not only from my introspection, from the people I met in the SSBs. They were very good people who I met in the SSBs. They are like life-changing people. I can say that, sir. And after that, I gave my Challenger attempt for SSC Tech again, and there I performed very well. But Psych and GTO was very good there. But I was not. I didn't perform well in interview, personal interview. Yes, sir. That I understood that I have to improve. I need to get a proper feedback for the personal interview. Then I approached you for the personal interview thing, sir. So
That
for the Navy attempt,
that will be there in the upcoming part. Yes.
yes, sir. So after that Challenger attempt, I have started working on the shortcomings which I have done, which I have did wrong in my previous attempts. So I went very prepared for this Navy attempt in the February month. So it was good. Psych was very good, and interview was, I can say, it was grilling and funny both. And GTO was positive, and finally there I got recommended, sir.
Correct. We'll definitely come more detailed in a detailed way what exactly happened, what made you got recommended after back-to-back screen out and conference out attempt, because many candidates out here are also might have came up during this channel by searching for something really good, really valuable, not just be real, be natural wala concept, because this is something which is a very big myth that we say that be real, be honest, but there is a thin line of being real and what actually reality means. So Likhith, one question, like you come from a civilian background, what actually motivated you for this armed forces? Because generally the place you are coming from, so for all the audience note, he belongs from the place of Lord Venkateshwara, Tirupati, Tirumala. So what pushed you for this armed forces?
Sir, frankly speaking, there were nobody in my family or any distance relatives also related to defense background. So it all started from, it might be funny, but it started from watching movies only. So I got motivated by watching Hollywood movies. I was a big fan of Hollywood movie, action movies. So commando movies. So that time I don't have any idea about armed forces, Indian Army, no idea. When I was in 6th standard, 7th standard, I really don't have any idea, sir. I used to watch movies only. Then later on, after reaching my 10th standard, I got to know that Army is there. I mean, that also I got inspired by the video, a Life Less Ordinary by Army. They released a video in YouTube. So I watched that video, and watching that video really like gave me goosebumps. And I was actively involved in sports from the childhood, sir. So I want to be in that active mode for throughout my life. So the only thing that I saw that Army provides a life which is not, only particular to one thing, but it is a diverse thing where you can be involved in different activities in a day, and you will be actively involved in sports and outdoor activities. and these inclinations and fascination towards this movies and all created a a plant inside me, sir, so that I want to join the forces and I have to serve, and I want to be the first army officer or defense armed forces officer in my family, and that's how it started, sir.
And this journey of being the first person is now coming true on grounds, and particularly with something which you never imagined also, that that getting, like, I still remember कि sir बस recommend होना is important. Then eventually you getting into TGC permanent commission top. This is a wonderful thing. So Likhith, like the way you mentioned that you come from a civilian background and all those things. So how did you prepare initially in your 10 plus 2 attempts? Like what actually you prepared as a 10 plus 2 level, and what actually you did on your own as a graduate level, like on your own basically.
Sir, when I goes back to 10 plus 2, as I mentioned, I was very underprepared. So I hardly have any idea about what is psychological test, what is GTO, what is interview before going for my first attempt. So I went through internet and I found few things related to SSB, how to write stories and what. Basically, I don't have any idea. So I went to internet and searched about what is SSB. So I got information about SSB, how it works, 5-day process, what are the tests involved, and how to answer them. So I went very materialistic answer. I went to my first attempt with very materialistic mindset that I have to do this, I have to do this. So yeah, I mean, at last I understood that this is not how the SSB interview. It is very different than other things. And later on, I understood that this have to prepare. It is like personality more than something you learn. It is about personality, or it is about that offices like qualities that everybody mentions. So it is all about common sense. About common sense, about confidence, knowledge, and moreover, sir, the thing is how well you know about yourself. That is the main thing that I understood after giving first attempt. Then after my graduation, sir, I prepared like writing psych stories and checking them. I mean, firstly, what the mistake I did, sir, seeing the picture from the online and writing my story, and I used to compare my story with the online story which other people read. That was a mistake. I should not compare my psychology with others. Everybody is unique in that. So that was a mistake I did in my first few attempts. Later on, I understood that I have to write my own, and I started preparing, writing my own, and getting a feedback from friends and as well as guide. Ashish sir, Aditya sir helped a lot in the shaping my psych. So,
Correct. So these are all things you did during your 10 plus 2 as well as graduation attempt. So now we will directly go straight into your preparation of what actually helped you to get screened in back to back, because now I can see that you have got screened out twice and you have got screened in 4-5 times, which includes 3 conference out attempts. So what are some strategies which you followed, and if any candidate is listening right away and who is having their screening day after tomorrow or any day, so like what all tips you would like to suggest?
sir, when it comes to stage one, we know that PPDT and OER test. So for OER test, I practiced from online sources, YouTube, and I bought some books and I practiced with that one. OER will be done using that books and as well as internet sources. And when it comes to PPDT, this is the main thing, sir. As everybody mentions, that I follow the strategy of writing a simple story, which is really simple and lively, which is relating to the picture, and short, simple, and giving a good narration, sir. Always works for me that giving a proper narration from end to last, I mean start to end, and participating actively twice or thrice, giving a valid point in the discussion, and always contributing the team to push to a conclusion rather than stucking and leapfrogging at the same point, and instead of that giving new points and summarizing other points and telling the team that gentlemen, as we are running out of time, let's move towards conclusion, as just number this gave this point, these are very valid, and we combine this is the story, this is the conclusion. This is how I speak in the GD, sir, every time, and moreover good narration, sir. So everybody, like I guess, like everybody whoever writes a sensible story and to give a proper narration with full confidence will definitely get screened in.
So basically, simple story with proper narration, and more importantly, speaking 2 to 3 times max to max in the GD and not more than that. And more focusing on like group objective rather than being following your own thing. And yes, definitely that's a very good approach, and that is how I hope you eventually made it back to back, not just once. Okay, so this was your screening approach. So how did you practice for screening? Like for all the audience, no, let me make it again clear. So Likhith was our student of Sampurna batch, the flagship batch of Cult SSB, and which has got unlimited access till he or she gets recommended or any candidate gets recommended. So how did you practice, and what all things you did before you got recommended or before you got screened in?
Sir, firstly, for the PPDT, I practice like writing stories, sir. We have the time limit, right, sir? So I'm little bit slow in writing, so I have that problem. So I write stories in a crisp of 9-10 lines, sir. And I practice that. I see some random stories in internet and I write the stories. And I close that one and I recall my stories multiple times for 5-10 minutes, and then later on I narrate myself in not outside but inside only, and narrate full story once with full confidence. This is how I prepared, sir, before joining Cult. But after joining Cult, I got access through live classes where PPTT practices were going on. So that time it was easy for me that I mean, I experienced a liveliness there over there, because everybody is there, everybody will narrate, and fish market condition was also there in the online classes, as it is directly related to real life. So that's how, sir. Like, and one more thing, handling fish market, as you said. So everybody will speak, but there will be a window at some point of time where you have to catch up that window. So that one I followed, sir.
So basically, you adopted whatever learning lessons was provided at the best possible way, and which
Yes.
eventually not just proved through by words, but eventually proved by actions. So finally, after you get screened in, so tell us the importance of PIQ, because now comes the real game. Many candidate actually leaves it, or many candidates actually feel that यार मैं कुछ भी भर दूंगा और हो जाऊंगा. So what is your say on that, and how did you worked on your PIQ? Because this is something which we also focus a lot.
Sir, PIQ is like very game changing, sir, when it comes to SSP. So I don't know. I mean, before joining Cult, I don't even know what is the proper way of filling PIQ, because you corrected me in the PIQ session, sir, that proper way of filling PIQ, capitals and crisp, clean, and mentioning everything. So from the backside extracurricular activities and the sports that you played, that those are very important, sir, when it comes to personal interview, because whatever that is written in PIQ will be definitely asked. So I face this in my attempts, that I'm getting only questions based on the PIQ, what I mentioned in the extracurricular activities and the positions that I hold, and the sports that I played, and the family background, everything. So when it comes to PIQ, sir, if somebody mentions we're very clean and crisp, and if he have good hold on PIQ on what he has done in past and present, what he is doing, then PIQ is a game changer, sir. It gives a clarity to the assessor.
Definitely. Basically, PIQ is like your kundli. And before you enter into any testing hall, PIQ actually enters before you. So it's very
Yes, sir.
important. Your first impression, what actually goes before you should be much better than you, because that is what will create a significant impact and it's game changing. Okay, so after you got screened in, so now tell us what exactly happened in both of your psych tests, in your Navy recommendation as well as in Army recommendation, and tell us first of all what exactly happened, and how did you approach both the testings, the both Navy and Army, like SSB psych.
Sir, psychology part was the one I was facing so many issues before. So when I got screened in, I always think of, okay, tomorrow is psych, tomorrow is psych. So when I entered in the psych hall for Navy attempt, I was telling myself that, okay, write simple stories, lively, and you can do this. So the stories was, sir. I got most of the pictures which I practiced earlier only. As we discussed many pictures in the classes, as well as I saw many pictures. I practiced many pictures from online. So I got feedbacks about them also. So many pictures got repeated, sir. I say out of 11 pictures, 6 to 7 pictures were already, repeated pictures only, sir. Only few pictures were new. So I follow this approach in my TAT, that. write a story, sensible story with lot of actions. Actions instead of describing this. Give a short intro of the hero. Directly go to the task. Give as much actions you can, and come to a proper conclusion. Don't end without conclusion. Come to a proper conclusion. So almost around 8 to 9 lines of story, and as I told you earlier, sir, that my writing speed is not that fast. So I write 8 to 9 line stories, and quality more over quantity, and detailing, and yes, sir. So coming to my own picture, the blank picture, I prepared it earlier based on my extracurricular activities. I related the story to extracurricular activities. So it was lively, and that's how I approached TAT, sir. And then the main things are VAT. Uh, so for many people say VAT is where you can write, but for me it was like very, know, troubling thing, sir, because I get stuck for few words before also I got stuck. So for this thing, I practice, sir. Like mainly VAT can be overcome by practice. Difficulties in VAT can be overcome by practice only, because how many words that you practice, that many you can write without stucking in the real time.
And
And
basically, while you practice those again repetitive words, you can see in your
yes, yes, sir.
yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And SRT was I wrote only 44. I gave responses to only 44 SRTs, and I wrote the same question in my interview also. Why only 44?
So in
And there
Navy as well
was,
as in Army, you attempted how many SRTs?
sir, in my Navy 44 and Army 47.
Oh, that's a three extra.
Three extra, sir.
Okay, great.
So this was my psych, sir. Same followed in my army also, sir. There was no, I didn't change any strategy. I followed the same strategy in the army also. But for army thing, I practiced more VAT. So when I gave my navy attempt, for few votes, I gave some silly responses. So I understood I have to improve in VAT. So after that, I practiced in VAT, and I gave good responses in army VAT.
Correct. So, like you almost covered everything. What about your SD? Because let me tell all the audience, many audience or many candidates feel that SD likhna hai, they have to prepare wholeheartedly and everything. Yes, that's important, but that is one of the confirmatory ka bhi confirmatory task. So, if you prepare once, if you are really if you are religiously prepared it, got it reviewed by any friends or any recommended senior officer, anyone, or by us also, that's more than sufficient. You can directly copy paste it directly in your SSB. So, what is your approach in this SD, and tell us some key important points, particularly for SD, because now many people will be thinking, ऐसा कुछ है क्या, some मूल mantra from Likhith that it eventually helps to that eventually helps your SD to be smoother.
So for SD, sir, it was a continuous process. Sir. My SD got changed from my first attempt to this attempt because I was correcting it. So make it. I would say that make it more lively, sir. Like if somebody sees it, so they should understand that you wrote it, not some computer gave the answers. So I got this feedback from one of my friend that change it as lively as possible. So I spent a few hours writing my own thoughts about myself. I asked my parents, okay, what do you think of myself? And not only, sir, if you can see that no need to write extra directly. Mostly I saw the SDs directly putting qualities into SD. No need to put quality words into that. I'm very responsible. No need to show that, sir. If you are doing, I'm managing my office. I am doing extracurricular activities. That shows responsibility automatically. You don't need to use the responsibility word. So for the SD, I followed this one, sir. Like simple, more than showing quality, using quality words. Describe actions that you are doing in day-to-day life, or your parents think, or your friends, or anybody you think. So my SD will be very simple, sir. I write only 4 to 5 lines of SD for everything, and I use very simple words. Use very simple words that states that okay, you wrote here only, not that you did some internet thing or something.
Correct.
Yes, sir. This is how I follow SD.
So generally candidates feel this question, please sir, I'm going for Army SSB back to back, and now I'm going for Navy, or Navy I'm going back to back, and now I'm going for Army. So was there any change in your like approach, particularly for psych? Because generally we suggest that there is no change in everything. Generally we tell that, but what is your say on that, so that candidate can take a note directly from you?
Sir, sir, I believe that for both the entries, psych will be same only. The responses that I gave was similar only, sir. There is no particular change in the responses. Irrespective of the entry, if the picture demands this story, then you have to write this story only. There is no change before army or navy, right, sir? So instead of if any defense thing shown, you can use navy officer. If it is navy entry, if it is army entry, army officer. Instead of that, everything is same.
Rightly said. Matlab, it's just that key you can change the designation of the character. That is again a part of micro action which we actually teach, and even Likhith also is well aware about that. Micro action is the heart and soul of the story, which he mentioned, that detailing and all. So it totally depends on the picture to picture, and the entry when you are going for army, you can be an army specific person. Okay, so moving on to your GTO portion, we will come to the interview little later. So, what exactly you did for your GTO preparation, and particularly the non-ground task like the GD, GP, and the lecture aid portion, and how Cult SSB helped you in that?
Sir, my approach to the GTO was in this way, sir. Like for the non-ground task, as you said, GD1 and GD2 are very important, as everybody knows. So in that also, I follow the same things that in the compared to PPTT, GD is completely different. There you get more time, 20 minutes for one GD. So if a group of 10 people are there, everybody will get ample amount of time to speak their points. So no, but it will be there. Fish market will be there if it is a repeaters group or it is a fresher group. Fish market is same, sir, but everybody wants to speak. Everyone wants to give points. So in the GD, always listen to the assessor first, very carefully what the point he is telling, the leads that he is giving, and basically we know that every topic will get three leads, that three approaches. So in that, I follow this rule that always say one point, don't repeat it again. Go to next point. And if everybody is going in the one lead and not going to other lead, let's introduce a new point in the other lead, other option. Let's go from the other side. And don't speak when others are speaking. Don't interrupt them. Give your points, listen to everybody. So this is the one thing I follow in the GD. I practice this one, sir, using cult only, that we had this sessions in Sampurna that sir, you only conduct that GDs for the, yes sir, yes, GD classes. So there I practiced in the sessions, and later on got feedbacks from user that helped me to shape my responses. And GD1, GD2 follows same, that speak five, you will get chance to speak at least 4 or 5 points. And when you're speaking 4 or 5 times, speak new. Don't repeat the same point and listen to everyone. And cooperation, sir, cooperation. This is the one thing for the GDs. And coming to GP, sir, GP is very important, I feel, because there you are giving a response to real life task, or as it mentioned there. So same, sir, listen to assessor very carefully, whatever he is explaining, or whenever you get the booklet to read the obstacles or the story there, read it very properly, twice, thrice if you get chance, 4 times also, and write a sensible story with logic and common sense. Always approach with common sense only. So mainly GP, I believe common sense you can achieve in GP. So list out the problems based on the severity, and identify the resources, identify the hidden resources, and write the aim where you have to reach, or where you have to reach at last, and divide the teams into divide the people into teams according to the problems given and resources available, and finally list out the solutions as point wise. And this is the approach for these three tasks.
So you have mentioned regarding the approach for GP, like we have to mention all those things. So now tell us about when in GP there are many candidates who face this issue. Sir, there is a huge like fish market or discussion to just discuss about the problems and priorities and the solution. So how was your GD of GP during both in Army and Navy, and how did you actually came up with your good logical points, and did you give the final group solution at your both the survey, like both the SSBs, and how did you present it?
Okay, sir. So when coming to GPA, GD, so it is also fish market condition for sure. But fortunately, luckily, I didn't got the fish market in my Navy attempt. So everybody was cooperative. So in the GD, so you already know that you gave solutions. You know the story. What are the problems? So everybody, I mean, this is basically basic that every group will start listing out the problems, the materials that they have. So when they are listing, when everybody is listing, focusing on listing problems and the materials they have, try to move on. Like try to get the team moving. I tell them that these are the problems, and we can identify. I mean, we can solve by this. So in the GD, I spoke two to three times in the GD sir that I told this is how we can approach. So basically in the Navy attempt, this was a very good point, sir, that I gave. I felt that was very good point because there was a situation that a truck was, I mean, yeah, sir, a truck lost balance and it fell on the railway track. So there is a train coming. So, and you have a van with you. So everybody is telling that, the gate controller, it fell near the gate, sir. So there will be a crossing, right? So the gate person who is operating that gate is not there. And everybody, this can be done, sir. Everybody is telling we take the van to there, we tie the rope and we drag we move the fallen truck off the track. Or so I gave one point that so this is very basic that every man level crossing have the equipment, the red color screen which they keep on track. So as a team we can take that red screen and go 500 or 1 kilometer towards the track and place the red screen. So the train will automatically stop by saying that. So this is the one thing, sir. Instead of identify the hidden resources in the GP. That helps very well, sir. So when it comes to Army GP, it was very fish market condition, sir. So there, I think the SSS stopped us after 5 minutes because, gentlemen, I got the idea. So nominate one guy and nominate anyone and give the solution, final solution. So in both the cases, I didn't give the final solution, sir. I nominated others. And it was like that.
Great. So eventually you played a role of kingmaker rather than being directly a king eventually in the GPGD. Great. So how was your approach for lecturate? Like particularly like what all things you did before like going to SSB, and how did you practice it, and how did you perform during your lecturate, and if you can recollect your lecturate topic for the benefit of all the audience, so that would be great.
Sir, for lecturate, sir, I can tell you that lecturate I shaped after cult only because you gave me the structure frameworks. Sorry, framework. So learn with different frameworks. I mean, when it comes to this topic, which is related to national or international, this is one framework. So history, if it yes, sir. Force is framework. So when it comes to relations between countries, okay, history, economic ties, these things. So I followed this approach of structurizing my entire content before giving, sir. Everybody gets 5 minutes before they speak, right? So yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So 3 minutes. So everybody gets the time. So what I did is. When I got the topic, I saw thing for my Navy. I guess I got you. Once again, so I'm not able to recollect my Navy, sir. But but the topic which I gave is tourism, medical tourism in India. So I don't recall the other topics, sir. But medical tourism, yes, sir. Medical tourism in India. So for medical tourism in India, I approached in this structure, like what is medical tourism. First, many don't know what is medical tourism, so I firstly introduced what is medical tourism, and next went to numbers. Okay, how India is gaining amount, how India is taking measures to promote medical tourism, what are the steps, and mainly stating numbers, mainly numbers. So this is the one thing. And for coming to army attempt, so my topics were US China relations and necklace of diamonds and disaster management. And the fourth topic, I don't recall it, sir, but I gave for necklace of diamonds. So when it comes to necklace of diamonds, also same approach, that structure it four stages. One is what is necklace of diamonds, what is the history behind it, and who is involved in it. That is India and China. So why it is taken? It is to counter strings of pearls. So again, given the stats about how important it is to maintain good stability in Indian Ocean. Again, numbers given. That's it, sir.
Correct. So basically, you played it very smart by following that framework approach and eventually using it in the right amount of way. Because again, when we discuss this framework, we say that it might take a lot of time. And like there can be a lot of points. Eventually, when you segregate what is more important, that is very important. So great, like the way you covered and presented. So now tell us about this structural portions like the PGT, HGT, command task, and FGT. Like how did you approach to the structures, and is there any basic norm? Like we also discussed regarding a lot of structures through our structure analysis class. So how was it helpful on grounds, and is there any golden tips from your side so that candidate can see? And also one more query, like generally people say that Navy का obstacle and Army का obstacle में variation है, difference है. So did you face it? And because you have been to the same board like Bhopal board, but at the different like same center but different boards. Yes.
Sir, coming to PGT, sir, main thing is common sense. Sir. Again, common sense. PGT can be done by common sense. That is weight and balance. Yes, sir. Analyze the structure, see the structure in and out, and use your supporting materials very keenly and make a bridge or whatever the construction. And it is end of the day, it is a group task. So not only you, but everybody will give answers. Everybody will have the answers so everybody will rush. So, sir, for this particular thing, the one thing in PGT, there will be four structures, right? So, four obstacles, everybody knows that. So, the structure wise, the difficulty will increase. So, yes, sir. So, for this approach, for PGT, I had this strategy of, okay, give points and no need to rush. If get a chance, be in the second or third or fourth obstacle, give 2-3 points. No need if the people in the team are not listening, but assessor will listen to your idea for sure. So if you are giving sensible idea, he will listen. Maybe if you don't get chance because of the rush, because of fish market there also in the PGT, everybody will move. So try to cooperate with the team. I mean, so one thing I followed again, like the points from Dharmendra Pandey sir, that so if you're getting an idea, okay, tell it. If you're not getting idea, okay, motivate others idea. So that is the one strategy that I followed. One point that I followed, that if I'm not getting any idea that people are implementing, I shout them, okay, just number 6 is very good idea. We can follow this. So there will be cases that when somebody is implementing, others will say, okay, this is not a sensible idea. Let's go with this. So that time you get a chance to be a diplomat there. So I followed this. Just number 5, he's getting a great idea. Let's try that once. We'll go with later. Supporting other ideas is the main thing that I follow in the PGT. So if I'm getting ideas, I obviously go and do the same. And this is the one thing, sir, that comes to PGT. And Army, sir, you asked the question, there is a difference between Navy and Army. So I didn't feel any difference between Navy and Army, sir. Since both are in Bhopal only, the structures will be same, sir. They'll be they're lined up. So sometimes in my Navy attempt, the assessor took people to Army obstacles and they did obstacles there also. So there is nothing different, sir.
Rightly busted this myth that many people feel that how can a Navy people can actually help Army. So it's not that way. All the SSBs are more or less the same. Army, Navy, Air Force, even Coast Guard is very much similar. So rightly mentioned. So this was PGT. So how did you approach your command task? Because PGT and HGT, okay, we can understand it's almost the same. So in command task, is there anything which you followed? And when you were called as a subordinate, so like how you performed and how they performed, your like other people around in your group.
So for command task, same approach, sir. I mean, whatever ideas you get in the PGT, you will use the same logic to solve the obstacles there also. So here, but the difference is you are the commander and you will get to subordinates or to helping people to overcome the obstacle. So whenever in my command task, I'll talk about my Navy attempt, sir. So we finished our individual obstacles. So everybody finished with the individual obstacles, and I was the last one to complete my individual obstacle. So I was full of short of breath. I was doing something, and I was hoping don't call my name. So and Assessor GTO called my name for the GTO. I mean the command task first name. So I rushed to him and I mean basic intro. and he asked me, okay, Likhith, why you want to join the Navy? Why you how? I mean, how much you are motivated to join the Navy and why? So I gave answers. So, sir, I'm fascinated about Navy by ships and technology, and I mentioned about I'm an engineer, how I can associate my engineering expertise into Navy. This is the one thing approach I gave. And later on, he asked me, call to our subordinates and asked why. So many people will encounter this, why you are calling these particular people. You have to give some basic or common sense answer to it. So so I gave answers like one is heavy, one is light, so I can use them effectively in balancing weights. So this is the one approach that I followed, sir. And when it come to command task for the Navy attempt, it was very easy, sir. The obstacle, it was very just bridging and crossing it. So there was one more myth, sir, for this one, that if you get an easy task, if you get a hard task, you will be
I was about
recommended,
to
you
ask
will not
that
recommended.
only. So you got an easy task and you still made it. So that is what is the thing. You know, when you actually focus on the task from starting, then eventually that doesn't matter because the basic series is very important. That is your GD1, GD2, GP, PCT, and finally your GOR. So that's a very nice way to handle things. So how did you did this GOR and individual obstacle? Like what exactly you did before this thing? Because generally it's a physical fitness thing. So is there any funny moment which you can recollect from your GOR or from your individual obstacle or anywhere?
Sir, I can recall some funny moments in my previous attempts, sir, but not here.
No, no, you can
That
tell about that as well. Like again, that will also give a boost to candidate that these all things happen in general.
Sir, for Geo race or snake race, so everybody will be filled up with full of josh that I have to do. And when the teams are divided, people ask like, "What is your war cry?" Or I mean, that thing you have to say, right? It's a war cry when you're doing.
Correct, work.
So, sir. Funny thing is, sir, everybody is telling different war cries in my team, and nobody is coming to common thing. And assessor is waiting for us to give. And this was my previous attempt, not this one, sir. Previous attempt. So there, everybody is fighting for their own war cry. And finally, assessor only gave his own war cry and do this. And it was funny, sir.
Was there anyone who got recommended from that group?
No, sir, no, sir. Nobody got recommended.
Batch got washed out.
My GTO group, nobody got recommended that time.
Okay, so
So
finally, I
it
guess
was.
such issues, like all such issues, didn't happen in your recommended attempts.
No, sir, no, sir. The batches were very good. My team was very cooperative there, Navy and Army also. So it was fully. I mean, before going for Geo, that everybody speaks about like, let's do this, let's do this. So we also did the same. Okay, we followed a strategy there also in Geo that let's help each other, let's push each other. There'll be walls and all. Okay, let's use hands to I mean, push others. And we all know that in Geo or whoever went to SSB, that assessor, I mean, GTO will stop. He will point out some mistakes. He will tell for sure, repeat this, repeat this. Sir, for in the army attempt, which recent army attempt. So in my batch, there were, I mean, few. I mean, we touched the red spots, so it was a violation. It's a mistake. So GTO stopped us, and he told any two of the people in the group can repeat this. So I went back and I told I will go. Not even telling sir, I went back and I did that one. And he was like, no, again I want two more people to do this again. So again I went, sir, and again he asked two more people to do. So basically I did 5 times the same obstacle as in the group. This was a funny moment, sir, because he's not telling any other. I mean, when I did the obstacle once, he didn't tell next other. He is telling again any other. So I went again in the GOR.
So basically, you followed the rule at the grassroots level. The instructions what was given by the assessor.
Sir.
That also shows
And,
Joe's enthusiasm, stamina, determination, and everything.
yes, sir.
So that is how you did your GOR. Okay.
Yes, sir. When if you're getting anybody like anybody, if you're getting a chance to do again, do it. If the person GTO wants somebody to do the same obstacle in the group, you be the one go do it. And when it comes to individual obstacles, sir, as you asked, I was involved in sports, sir. Like I play volleyball, so the fitness was there in the office also. I play football, volleyball, not volleyball, so football, badminton, and cricket. So whenever I'm free in the weekdays or weekends, I go play. So physical, my approach to the individual obstacles is so before starting the individual obstacles, GTO will give time to okay everybody go have a tour of your own in 1 minute. So that time identify the obstacles, identify prepare your route which you are going to take. So I follow this one that I'll start with the rope climb, the 3 meters for a rope climb.
3 meters.
Again end with the rope climb. Rope climb. I do the rope climb twice, and if I get again time, I do one more extra. That's it.
So how many do you did in both Navy and Army?
Sir, in my Navy, I did 11, sir. In Army, I did 13.
Okay, so you repeated the rope climbing one again?
Yes, sir, I repeated again.
Okay, okay. So generally many candidates these days are facing the issue of climbing rope. So what would you suggest them for this individual obstacle? Because generally there is like every other individual obstacle can be practiced, like running activity and all this jumping and all. But how a candidate can practice for this rope climbing? So how did you did, and is there any tips like they can play something or they can do some pull-ups or something like? Because in
Yes, sir,
academy
yes, sir.
anyhow it will be trained properly, but still to clear those obstacles it needs to be done.
Yes, sir. For this rope climb, the upper body strength is very much needed. That hand strength. So I do push-ups, pull-ups. Sir. I do push-ups, everyday push-ups. So it helped me to build my good muscle or shoulder strength. And I also played volleyball. So with the volleyball, I got good shoulder strength. I was a spiker, so I got good shoulder strength there. And if anybody facing difficulty in rope climbing, I suggest them to do pull-ups.
Pull-ups.
So it will definitely help climbing the hill.
Pull-ups as well as push-ups, it will help.
Yes, sir. Pull-ups and push-ups.
Correct, correct. Great. So we'll move forward with the most amazing part, that is your interview. So before we start with the interview, we would love to know what all mistakes you did in your past couple of attempts, and tell us about the mock interview which you gave with us, and finally your interview. Because your let me tell all the audience, his interview experience when I was listening from him was something way more very different. I have never heard of such experience, and it will blow your mind. It blowed my mind. So let's listen to him directly.
Sir, interview was a challenging part for me. After psych, interview was a challenging part for me. So previously, before in my conference out attempts, in my first attempt, second attempt, third attempt. So I was materialistic. I was not answering. Like in the interview in the Jalandhar, I faced this question. Like, tell me that. So since you are coming to SSB, so what are the tips that your friends gave? So I was like I told my answers, sir. My friends doesn't know what is SSB also, sir. So they didn't know anything. It's not like that, sir. Since they don't know SSB about SSB, but they know about your qualities, right? So you can relate the qualities directly to SSB. So this was the one thing I was not. I was in that middle thin line, not understanding the question or not understanding the
You were
way of
being too
answering.
real, too honest to yourself कि नहीं यार नहीं आता मुझे and that is where candidate actually falls in trap. So this is the
Yes, sir.
fine line which rightly explained by Likhith that इतना सच भी नहीं बोलना है. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So for the same question, I could have answered that whatever qualities that my friends told. So I can tell since I am very good in physical games and sports, they told be active, be participative, and communication skills. You can tell anything that your friends find in you relate to SSB. But this is the one thing, sir. I overcome. I mean, when I gave my mock interview to you, sir, I got a reality check. Okay, this is not the case. I have to improve a lot. And there is one way to deal with interviews, that diplomatic. Always be diplomatic. No need to be too honest. No need to lie. There is a thin line in between, that is diplomatic. So I followed this step, sir. So after that, my Jalandhar attempt, I faced this Navy interview in 33 board, and my interview was taken by Deputy President there. And it was very hectic interview, sir. I say the interview went for another around 45 to 50 minutes there. And from the minute I entered the room, interviewer started grilling me. It was very funny, sir, that in the admit card it is mentioned that if you are working in anywhere, you have to produce the offer letter which is given by the company. So I didn't produce that one in the that going when I submitted the PIQ. I didn't submit it. So when I entered the room, he asked me, "So you're working which company?" I told so company. So he was like, "Are you really working in this company?" "Yes, sir, I'm really working." So where is the offer letter? So I was like, "Sir, I was working, sir. Offer letter." I mean, he was like, "You came to join Navy and you don't know how to read properly instructions." So he told me, "Get up and come to me." I walked towards him. He handed over my admit card. So he told me read all instructions. So I started reading all instructions, and the point came that you have to submit the offer letter which is given by your company. So then I was like, "Sir, sorry, this was my mistake. I assumed that it is only for government employees." Yeah, and again the interviewer was like, "Is it mentioned there?" "No, right? Is it mentioned government employees?" "No." So I admitted my mistake. I said, "Sorry, sir, extremely. It was my mistake. So if you give me a chance, I will give it by after interview by evening." He was like, "No, immediately after the interview, you are going to get the paper and submitting in the office." That was the first 2 minutes of my interview, sir. Imagine that was the first
Imagine
two,
the
3 minutes
level
of my
of
interview.
confidence breaking at the very starting. So
Yes,
all the candidates, let me give you a little point. Then we have to cover a lot of portion of interview. So see, when you should not come under any pressure or any influence. That is some tactics which generally interviewing officer asks. Me being an HR and interviewing officer generally does the similar type of thing with corporate people, but Fauji peoples are way too different in this angle. So Likhith is one such victim eventually with the offer letter. Yeah, so we'll move forward.
so that was the first 3 minutes of my interview, sir. So still, I know that okay, I screwed things, but one thing I put in myself is smile on face. Okay, let it whatever it is, it happened. Okay, let's go with positive mood for next remaining interview. So again, he started grilling me, sir, about asking about my electronics questions related to my subject. So basic questions about electronics, and it went deep. And later on, I couldn't able to answer many questions in electronics, sir. So I prepared myself about electronics, but the questions are very basic. I can state one question that he asked me, okay, as radio stations, everybody know radio stations. So the radio stations coverage is very limited, but All India Radio covers entire India. Why? So honestly, I don't know the answer. I said I said how radio station works. So finally admitted, sir, I don't know. I will go through it and I will let you know.
We'll get back to you, sir.
I'll get back to you, sir. So this is the thing. He was grilling, sir. It was very Navy interview. He started with a note of this thing and went to my electronics. And after he asking me electronics questions, I could able to answer few, and I couldn't able to answer few. And again, he started criticizing, in a way like positive criticizing, sir. That he pulled out my degree certificate, the Xerox paper. So he said, "This is of no use. Where you came from? Okay, this is this college. Okay, you can go back to the same college. You can study another 6 months or 7 months and come back to me. I'll take your interview again." So it was he pressurized me so much, sir. Like putting
Next
pressure.
level
So
pressurizing.
yes, yes, sir. So I was keeping my smile. Okay, sir, no problem. I will do, sir. I will do. And,
The cool guy, the chill guy.
no, no worries. You grill me, sir. I will listen to you.
So finally, this is.
and next funny thing I remember from the interview, sir. He asked me from the present company, tell me two things that you don't like in the company as a corporate employee. So I was stuck, sir. Like I didn't prepare for this question. So for one thing, I took 2 3 seconds time to think, and I told, sir, first thing is there is no diversity in the company. Like when it comes to technical knowledge, like people are. If it will be very good if the company supports learnings people who are interested. And the second reason which I gave was very funny, sir, that my company doesn't have work from home option. So 5 days I have to go to office, sir. So after giving answer, I understood I screwed up. Okay, again, he picked up. Okay, Likhith, you know that you came to join armed forces. So there is no option or chance of getting a work from home in the armed forces. What do you think, Likhith?
Then
Sir, okay, I understood. I screwed up. I have to cover this up. So I told him, sir, not compared to armed forces. I'm comparing to the other corporate offices where they are giving flexible timings to the employees. And one more thing that it is very personal that if I get work from home 2 days in a week, so that I can prepare for my personal things, which is army. So if I get 2 days of work from home, I'll get more time to prepare for armed forces. And he was laughing for that. So
So you
that's how.
covered it up very smoothly, and somehow you made your own graveyard. Then you only filled that gap by doing some more like that.
Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Now tell us about this TGC interview, because this is something now
Sir.
I guess all the audience might have realized one thing, that pressurizing करने का कोई level नहीं होता, next level और कहीं पे भी जा सकते हैं. So in that way, Likhith got another way of giving interview in TGC. So tell us about this TGC interview, and why is it very similar to your conference?
So as you said, why it is very similar to conference because it was very short. So 5 minutes interview. So
Okay, let me tell. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Likhith who got All India rank 2 for TGC 141, and his interview was for only 5 minutes. So, this is next level myth buster for everyone. And for me also, I have never heard such case, and we are very proud also to say that our student did it with a next level performance. Yeah.
yeah, so like out of 30 people, batches got divided into three, and so my interview was taken by some additional. I was, or I don't know, sir. He was deputy. Nobody has no idea about the army board there. So everybody, I mean, in front of me also few people are there, sir. Like the interviewer who taken interview for me, he took interview for 5-6 people. So I was waiting, and there were cadets from OTA also. Cadets came from OTA, OCs there, and officer cadets were there. And mostly he took 10 to 15 minutes interview for everyone. For 2-3 people, he took only 5 minutes. And so I went inside, and he asked me, okay, Likhith, how are you? How are you feeling? Okay, I'm feeling good, sir. I am doing well. And he asked me, okay, you recently got recommended for Navy also from 33. He asked me which board. So I told 33 board. Oh, okay, here only. Okay. And he asked me, it's okay. So now tell me, you got recommended here also, and given a choice, which one will you join, Army or Navy? So I took 2-3 seconds of time, and I gave answer, sir, I will join Army. And reasons I gave, some personal reasons as well as technical reasons I gave. And he was satisfied with that. I felt he was
What was your
satisfied.
answer, by the way, if you would like to say again?
Sir, so my answers I gave like so first thing I gave my sir. This is the exact answer. So sir, I would like to join army only, sir, since I have few personal and technical reasons for that. So the personal reasons is I got inspiration to join forces by seeing army only. So I always dreamt of joining army from the time I got motivated, the time I decided to join armed forces. So I used to watch only army, army, army. It was inside me from that time. And the second thing is technical reasons. As I'm an engineering graduate, so it opens a lot of avenue for a technical entry guy to serve in the army. So army, you know, sir, it is a very diverse thing. You have EME, signals, corps of engineers, vast. It is very vast. So I told him, sir, as Navy is also technically driven force, compared to Army, it is conservative for executive. I got selected for executive. So in the Army, I get a chance to work on EME, electronics and mechanical engineers, as I'm an EC engineer. So I can contribute myself as a, very. I give this kind of answers, like this kind of answer that I want to more than what I want. I told what I can contribute to army.
Correct, and that is what is also told. Everybody wants कि यार कहते हैं अपने answers में कि I want to see an adventurous life and all. That is all you will get from Indian Army, Navy, Air Force. But what you actually can contribute is the demand of the question, and that is where candidate actually falls in trap. कि हमें लगता है कि हम क्या मिलेगा हमें इसलिए जाना चाहते हैं. That is very wrong. Actually, every organization wants you for what you actually can contribute. Even Indian Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, even private civil service also want कि आप देश के लिए कैसे काम आओगे. Correct. Yeah.
Rightly said, sir. That is the thing. Same, sir. I gave this answer only, sir. Yeah. Warfare is evolving technology, army is evolving technology, and I related with ongoing wars that how the technology is shaping the warfare. And I told as an engineer, I can contribute to EME signals, a core of engineers, and I can contribute myself in shaping the technology of armed forces. I told this one.
Oh, so finally, those 5 minutes interview got done.
Also, after this, he asked me, okay, tell me two strengths and two weakness of yours, and I told my strengths that sir, I told my strengths and weakness parts also. I told weakness. After telling weakness, he was like, "How? Tell me how your brother. I have a brother. So how he told me. He asked me, how, tell me how your brother is better than you. Tell only
Older
two
or
points. How
younger
is
brother?
it? Yes, sir. I have older brother, sir.
Acha, elder
So
brother.
here, elder brother. So he asked me, tell me in two ways how your brother is better than you. So I gave answers, and he said, okay, bye. Okay, you can leave the room. This is all 5 minutes.
This is more like a conference SRT type question. So how
Ah, sir.
long was your conference? Was it much shorter than this or much bigger, longer than this?
No, sir. It was very short. Like I
More
was.
shorter than this. Okay.
Yes, sir. I was chess number 18. Chess number 17 completed his conference and he went. And I waited for 30 seconds and I was called in. And again 30 seconds inside and they said all the best. That's it.
Great. So that is what is the level of a candidate when you learn from the scratch, from the basic, because it is not the one last attempt of TGC 141 of his seventh attempt which helped him to join the academy, but all those 6 attempts which he learned back to back from his mistakes, from his basic learning outcome, from the way he practiced, and to learn the art of diplomacy, because many people tend to forget that army, navy, air force is all about diplomacy, because you are representing country as an ambassador and whatever. Okay, whenever you actually visit for exercises or whatever operation, you are representing your own domain, platoon, section, brigade, regiment, branch, whatever, at various service. So wonderful talking to you, Likhith. So some more questions, है ना? Like now we will dive more into your areas of, like, how did your family supported like for this armed forces preparation? Because generally when you come from a civilian background, family members feel quite scary and frightened that कि कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, है ना? Is my child okay or not? Generally we also face this question from parents. So how did you handle them, and what was their role in this like journey?
So they were always supportive. Like when the time when I told that I want to do this, they were very supportive that you do this. Don't worry. When it both in sir, financially. I mean, it is not easy like traveling to different SSBs, and sometimes you have to travel by flight, so there are expenses. And second thing is you know emotional support, which is very important. Uh, in my initial attempts where I got conference notes, keynotes, that time my parents were very supportive. Take it as a learning. Go for next attempt. You will make it. It was continuous support from parents and my brother, everyone, sir. That it was there, and I was blessed to have those supportive parents and siblings.
Yes.
And my mom was frightened to hear like I want to join after recent. If you see news, something is happening.
Correct.
But end of the day, it is not like that. Like if everybody thinks like that, nobody will go. It's not like that. If you have passion, then you have to go definitely.
So that is what Likhit understood. So Likhit, now how did you prepare for your technical knowledge? Like you come from an electronic background. There will be many candidates who will be listening from electronic EC. So what all areas you actually prepared? And since you are also working in a company, like so, what is your role in that? And like how this work life helped you in preparation, and how did you balance this preparation with your working life? Because we got to learn a lot of things, like you were struggling to manage time and then eventually watching recordings and all.
Sir, when it comes to technical part, I came from electronics background, electronics and communication engineering. So, so I used internet only, sir. So, internet, you will find basic interview questions about electronics and communication. So that covers entire basic questions about electronics. and I followed that one only. And most importantly, the projects that I did in the college. So in the interview also, I asked this question: what you did in the college, like what project you did, and what is it. So that is a one thing. Like if anybody is doing the project, be thorough with it. So definitely will be asked. Chances are very high in the interview. So that is technical part. I mean, basic one is electronics, a transistor, what is a resistor, how AC to DC, DC to AC. I mean, what is the difference? Basic questions. This question will be asked: what is the difference between electronic and electrical? So it is very basic, sir, and you have to people. I mean, interview also. I got this question, sir. What is the difference between electronic and electric? And tell me what is the basic components in the ceiling fan which is in front of. Just basic things, sir. If you know real life things, appliances, then you can do it very easy, sir. And that is technical part. And coming to my office thing, yes, sir, I was struggling to manage my time. It was really hard in the from morning to evening. My office starts in the 9:30, starts 9:30 in the morning, and it goes till 7 in the evening. So it's a very long, and I have to prepare after that. So after 7, I rush back to my room and join the classes, participate. After that, till 9:10, the classes will continue as I was in Sampurna program. So after psych, so two after the if possible three. I mean after the classes, I used to discuss with Aditya sir and Ayush sir. So these are my response. Tell me, is it optimal or not? So I used to do that, and also whenever Sampurna in the daytime, also whenever in the afternoons I get time, we used to get yes, mock interviews were going on, and GTO practices were going on. So I used to join in them. Yes, sir. So whenever used to get time, I joined them and
So
used to
for all
practice.
the audience who are facing that कैसे होगा corporate life के साथ service life के साथ, so Likhith is one such example. He not only just got recommended, he made it. And see, that is the best part. See, when you want something from the bottom of your heart, the way Likhith said that if you have got a passion to do something, so there is no looking back, and you have to manage time. You have to manage time anyhow. So he managed in afternoon with his office thing. He at least used to watch the recording classes, and more importantly, post classes. You have to burn the midnight oil, because at the end of the day, the pain of regret weighs tons rather than pain of discipline. So, few last questions. So, like Likhith, so finally you did a lot of preparation. So, how was that moment of conference, like in both the recommendation attempt? Because eventually you faced a lot of conference out. So, how was it to listen your chest number as being hashtag recommended? Because that is one moment when I can still remember you called, and like tears were rolling out, and I'm like, oh, finally you made it. And we were also very happy कि अरे चलो हो गया इस बंदे का.
Sir, the Navy attempt, that was a very good attempt, sir. Like 10 people got recommended in the batch. So out of 30, 10 got recommended. It was a very, new thing in 33 board. So everybody was telling there. So this is the first time. So for technical entries, sir, for technical entries, they don't recommend that many.
10 is
So
too
it was also a myth
expensive.
buster.
I've never seen 10 people getting recommended.
हाँ sir, like हाँ sir, 33 board there. Everybody is telling for technical entries maximum 2-3 people. But the batch was good. The batch was good and everybody performed well. So after my conference, Navy conference was little longer than Army one. So there they took 2-3 minutes. They asked few questions. Few questions, matlab not many, sir. Like basic questions like tell me about your place, where you're coming from, and tell two unique things about your place. And that's it, sir. After that, the conference, everybody was waiting, and I think Commodore, president of the board, came and started announcing names. So he announced first 5 people, and I was like, okay, still listening, waiting. I was down. Finally, seventh person was my name, seventh name, my name, and I stood up and I gave my name, date of birth. That's it, sir. I was in some
Nine.
I was in different thing that time, and eventually I okay understood. Okay, got recommended. Okay, fine, and we got our phones and called back. That's it.
And the same similar feeling happened in the TGC.
No, sir. I was not expecting anything in TGC. I was after my Navy thing. I don't know. Like I was in this mindset. Don't expect anything. Be positive. Do well. whatever it is, take it. So in the same mindset, I was in the Navy also, but for the Army thing, I was waiting. So the assessor came. The results were very declared very fast compared to Navy. Army declared very fast. So in 30 minutes only after conference, then 30 minutes within 30 minutes they came and announced result. So out of seven got recommended. Here also seven people got recommended, and in seven, six are OCs, officer cadets, and seventh one is me. And it was just they called my name initially only first two three names. My name came, and I stood up, and when he told to go out and stand in line, I was happy that okay, have to do well. Okay, let's see.
Chalo, great. See, this is what a what a life lesson which Likhith has told. Right, but see, when we expect a lot of things, there are a lot of candidates, lot of student of us. They say कि सर होगा कि नहीं ये पता नहीं चल रहा, डर लग रहा है, anxiety आ रही है. So when you actually expect less from your own self, you actually get a lot more than you expect. Yeah, imagine. And the way Likhit told, like after his recommendation, and then I can imagine your medical and all those things were also happening, and eventually also went for this TGC. So expecting less is the key important thing. When you expect too much out of you that you have to do good and good, so you eventually end up losing a lot of things. So don't expect anything. Great. So a lot to learn, from you, from or all the audience out here. So yeah, last question. So Likhit, you come from Tirupati, and the Lord of, as I told, Lord Venkateshwara. So
Yes, sir.
a lot of people from your area generally are, they hardly might, like want to join the service, and there are a lot of people who might have also joined. So what will be that one thing which you would like to speak in your native language to all the people, why they should try for armed forces and why they should join us, what exactly you did, something like that, in some minutes, so that if at all in future your like juniors or many people from Tirupati watches it, or any Andhra or Telangana people, so tell some words in your native language, Telugu.
Sir, తెలుగు ఐ కెన్ సే దట్ ఎవరికైనా ఏదైనా ప్యాషన్ ఉండి ఎవరైనా ఏదైనా డిఫరెంట్గా చేయాలనుకుంటే ఐ మీన్ ఎవరికైనా ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉండి హు ఆర్ ఫ్యాసినేటెడ్ ఐ మీన్ ఎవరైతే అడ్వెంచరస్ కోరుకుంటున్నారో ఎవరికైతే అడ్వెంచరస్ లైఫ్ కావాలో ఎవరికైతే ఈ 9 to 5 జాబ్ కాకుండా సంథింగ్ దే వాంట్ టు డూ డిఫరెంట్ డెఫినెట్లీ ఆర్మ్ ఫోర్సెస్ ఖచ్చితంగా ట్రై చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే నేను సార్ ఐ యూస్ టు సీ వన్ లైన్ ఫ్రమ్ లెఫ్టినెంట్ జనరల్ సార్. His name is sorry sir, I'm not able to recall his name right now, but the sentence is very famous that uh, any college will give you a job but army gives you a life. So this was the one sentence given by Lieutenant General Arun Anantanarayanan sir. సో అది ఎవరికైనా లైఫ్ అనేది డిఫరెంట్ గా చేయాలనుకుంటే ఖచ్చితంగా ఆర్మ్ ఫోర్సెస్ జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చు. ఇట్ ఇస్ అది కంప్లీట్ గా డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉంటుంది అండ్ కొత్తవన్నీ నేర్చుకోవచ్చు.
So I hope your native, like all the people out from Telugu speaking community, and more importantly, Andhra Telangana, definitely would love to see you in uniform as well as wearing stars on both the shoulders. So yeah, last question. So Likhit, why any candidate should join Cult SSB, and particularly why a person who is working in corporate and who is working anywhere, or not only working, who is also preparing. Tell me some few reasons they should join, because you was a candidate who joined at those moment of time when you were actually facing lot of difficulties. And I can still remember you joined in two batches. First of all, you enrolled for Mini Sampurna and then eventually converted to Sampurna. So yes.
Sir, one thing I can tell you that, sir, I gained a lot of more than knowledge, experience from the cult, sir, because people who are there is not like they are excels. I mean, academy people, like they know like reality. So people should definitely consider cult, because here more or less you'll get that feeling of you're getting trained from your friend only. I got this feeling more than someone who is giving. I felt like okay, my friends are giving training to me. So that was one thing, sir. Ayush sir and Aditya sir in the psych part. So we used to give responses, and they used to give personal feedback, sir. That was one thing that I liked most in the psych. So first I took Mini Sampurna, and it was time of 15 to 20 days,
15
right?
to
So
18
20 days,
days. Yeah.
18 days, yes, sir. So after that, I thought that I need this, practice or this guidance for a long time. So I approached you for the Sampurna program. So Sampurna program, we can access everything, psychology, GTO, and other sessions, and guest lectures by Dharmendra Pandey sir, ex-academic people, and who are serving. And insights from these people really gave few points where I shaped my thoughts about SSB. And definitely, sir. In the I utilize all the resources from the Sampurna, being it is psychology or personal interview mock test that you've taken of me, and feedback, personal feedbacks from I sir and Aditya sir, and GTO sessions, and the practice sessions and PPTT practices. So everything was a full pack of opportunity from culture. So I'm very thankful to that.
We are also very thankful to provide your All India rank eventually, because all these good results definitely boost our morale, boost our josh to contribute more to the society.
So,
And so this was Mr. S.I. Likhith, who got recommended twice, for one for Navy, one for TGC 141, and he secured All India rank 2, and he will be joining Indian Military Academy in the upcoming course for 141 course. So yes, so lastly I would like to say, like, see, life gives you a lot of ups and downs, but when you look back to those ups and downs, you actually see those hills which you have climbed is not just like, it's not just that like you have climbed, it's something which you have achieved the milestone. And eventually Likhit is one such epitome for it, that he not only ensured that all those ups and downs are just a failure but a stepping stone to success. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And this was Likhit. We'll be coming more with such successful candidates, and there are a lot of candidates who are waiting. So definitely do like, share, subscribe, and more importantly, enjoy the talk show. And whatever best moment you loved, do comment in the chat box. Thank you so much. Jai Hind. Goodbye.